Hey guys, welcome to MD90's channel. Thank you so much for clicking. If you're new, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down here. Is it here or here? I think it's here. Yeah, subscribe, leave a comment, let us.
Well, the Republican president was out of the country for almost a week, if not a week exactly. He was in China, so it has been reported that the president landed back in the country. So Kalemba says Hichilema arrives back from China. President Hakainde Hichilema has arrived back from China, where he attended the 2024 Beijing summit of Forum of China Africa Cooperation. The head of state arrived back yesterday and was received by service chiefs at Kenneth Kaunda International Airport in Lusaka, Zambia. And then part of the message that the president had written was, we are grateful for your unwavering support and prayers throughout our visit in China and journey back home. President Hichilema later wrote on his Facebook. So the president is back in the country. Mao Sampa also weighed in on welcoming back the president using the same images that the president had shared on his personal Facebook. So Mao Sampa says, welcome back home from China, Mr. President. While you were away, Azesco reduced our citizens to only 3 hours of power entire day and night. Into Vavuta, pretty much updating the president of what has happened since he left the country. And then we trust and are hoping to experience better now that Mwasika Mwami Papenga. So that should be some Tonga there. The president is back in the country. And then Zambia's life expectancy moves to 60. So Zambia's life expectancy has moved to 60 years, according to the 2024 State of the World Population Report by the United Nations Populations Fund. The report indicates that life expectancy for males in Zambia stands at 61 years, while for females it's at 66 years. So presenting the report themed Interwoven Lives, a Thread of Hope, Ending Inequalities in Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights in Osaka yesterday, UNFPA Population and Development Specialist Namuhunda Mutambo said Zambia has made progress since 1994, with life expectancy rising from 50 years in 1990 to over 60 years in 2023. So that's the update with regard to the life expectancy in Zambia as things stand right now. What is Mao Sampa went further to say, getting Chirundu border revenue collection from functions from ZRAM and giving it to a private company to collect money on behalf of Zambia is sad. I am researching beneficiaries before I can categorize it, author corruption scandal after scandal. I mean, there's another scandal after scandal. So pretty much she's talking about the alleged move of Chirundu border should be even the Kasumbalesa border into the private sector's management. So he's saying he's doing a research on that to get the full details before he can give or classify it, whether it's a scandal or their corruption involved. That's Mao Sampa, Member of Parliament for Matero. And then people responded to him, wishing them good night there with the image of him earlier on there, say good night, sir. And then they attached this image where he was asking for forgiveness. So from Edgar Lungu, this is after the fight that we're having just after Michael Sata passed on, and then Mao Sampa wanted to be president, and then he was dribbled pretty much. So they attached that image. So you can see Edgar Chagolungo on the far right, Mao Sampa there on his knees, Davis Bwira in the center, and then Bowman Osambo at the far left there. That's the image that was attached here when Mao Sampa wished good night. An individual there attached the same image. And then breaking news, MDC President Felix Mtate has fired the party's national chairman, Sam Moyo. So it seems like the political gears are now moving. MDC is now active after being silent for a while. So Moyo has insisted that he is still MDC national chairman, saying party president Felix Mtati has no constitutional mandate to fire him. So it seems like some wrangles are coming up also in that particular party. So the MDC is part of the UPND alliance, and then Felix Mtati is the current minister, should be of technology and science, something like that. The ministry that had replaced the minister of religious affairs during Edgar Lungu's camp. So a new ministry was created. That's the one that Felix Mutati heads. So it seems like the party that he leads is having some internal wrangles also. As the build up to 2026 seems to be gearing up, pretty much everyone is building up to 2025, it seems. That's a year of the campaigns. And then a statement that has been made saying, Hichilema feels pain. Sometimes he doesn't even eat UPND. So the United Party for National Development, through its consultant, Max Sumuwe, has revealed that sometimes President Hichilema goes the whole day without eating because the pain of seeing Zambians experiencing load shedding. So that's the feedback coming from that individual you see on the far left there with the president. He says the president Hakainde sometimes does not eat based off the load shedding that the country is experiencing. And as we expect, such a statement cannot go unattended to. People have responding to it. So the Patriotic Front has responded, says, if I hear that Zambians have not eaten, I feel bad and I do not even eat, says a man who sold all the maize he found. So that's a rebuttal that's coming from the PF. And then they're referring to, if you remember, should have been in 2022 or thereabout, where government decided to sell all the reserves of maize that were around then. And then different sectors of society had given their feedback to say that wasn't the appropriate move. There is a reason why reserves are put up for the nation. Then we ended up having El Nino, the drought, which affected our previous harvest. And that's what they're referring to there as a PF. What is the Minister of Sports and Permanent Secretary there? You see, they have been attached to an image where Kalemba is talking about Zambia takes lead in global fight against sports doping. So imagine sharing a stage with a person who has taken doping substance while you struggle with your own natural strength. So it seems like that's the exercise that the Ministry of Sports is trying to ensure that our athletes or sports people do not take any substances to induce their strength there. What is Hichilema has also weighed in on the same statement that has come from the UPND consultant regarding to President Hakainde not eating because of load shedding that the country is experiencing. So Hichilema has issued this statement. He says that this has been published in Smart Eagles. So President Hichilema must learn to be honest, Kalaba. Claiming that he does not eat when Zambians sleep without food is hypocrisy. So Citizens First President Hari Kalaba says Republican President Hakainde should learn to be honest with what he says to Zambians. In an interview with Smart Eagles, Mr. Kalaba claims that President Hichilema that he does not eat. They claim that President Hichilema does not eat when Zambians sleep without food is hypocritical. He said if the president was serious with the well-being of Zambians and his government would not have sold the maize that they found in the National Strategic Reserve. So he's simply doubling down on the same statement to say that particular statement that has come from Max Mukwe is contradictory. If they sold the National Strategic Reserves of maize there. And then Munia Zulu says, the time that PF lost elections, the country had no queues for bread, no rationing of power, no water shortages, no aflatoxin, meal bayenda. So he's simply saying those things were not non-existent during the PF. That's Munia Zulu, Lumezi Member of Parliament there. What is the News Diggers reports also says, load shedding a good opportunity, stop crying, mourning, and groaning, install solar, Hakainde Hichilema. So that's a statement that is credited to the Republican president, advising Zambians to go solar and stop mourning and groaning. This is in the News Diggers edition. What else here? ABSA marathon participant dies after collapsing during race that happened yesterday. An employee of ABSA collapsed and died. What else here? And then for forced abduction claims, lands McKinney woman in detention. So that's the news so far, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day.